Princess Leonor's husband revealed, the internet can't believe it. The world thought they knew everything about Spain's royal future. A princess raised for duty. A path set in stone. A predictable royal love story. But then everything changed. Because the man standing at Princess Leonor's side was someone no one saw coming. And the truth behind their love shattered every expectation. The moment the world saw his face, the internet erupted. Shock, confusion, awe. But the real story didn't start on the wedding day. It started long before anyone even knew his name. From the beginning, Leonor's life was shaped by tradition. Palace walls, protocols, endless lessons in what a queen must be. Every camera fixed on her. Every gesture studied. Every smile decoded. But behind that elegant composure, behind the discipline and duty, there was something she never spoke about. A longing for something real. Something unscripted. A life moment she feared she might never have. By the time she entered her teen years, rumors about her future match became a constant background noise. Royal commentators speculating. European media imagining alliances. Fans and critics creating fantasies. The palace ignored it all. Leonor did too. Because quietly, secretly, her path was heading somewhere no one predicted. It happened in a moment so ordinary, no royal reporter would ever believe it. Not at a gala. Not at a diplomatic event. Not in a palace hallway lined with history. But during a mandatory academic program far from the glimmer of royal life. The training center in rural Spain was intentionally simple. No royal suites. No special treatment. Just equality and discipline. Leonor arrived with the expectation of anonymity, hoping to blend in as just another student. She didn't entirely succeed. Everyone recognized her. But there, titles didn't matter. What you did mattered. And that's where she met him. He wasn't a prince. He wasn't wealthy. He wasn't a political heir. He was quiet, observant, unimpressed by status. The kind of person who didn't feel the need to stand out, yet still drew attention without trying. The first time they spoke, it wasn't romantic. It wasn't dramatic. It was simply honest. A simple question. A simple answer. The kind of small exchange that passes without notice, unless it changes everything. Leonor wasn't used to being spoken to without filters. He didn't try to impress her. He didn't try to win her. He just saw her, not the crown she would one day wear. As days passed, something subtle formed between them. Shared routines. Shared struggles. Shared laughs that neither of them admitted meant more than they should. Every curiosity loop began here. Every unanswered question of their future started with a glance that lasted half a second too long. But the moment that changed everything came at night, during a training exercise that tested teamwork under pressure. Leonor stumbled. He reached out. Not with royal etiquette. Not with hesitation. With instinct. A hand that caught her before she fell. A look that asked, "Are you okay?" A look that told her he genuinely cared. From that moment, they were no longer just classmates. They were something undefined. Something fragile. Something neither of them understood yet. Leonor tried to pull back. She had to. Duty demanded it. But he didn't chase her. He didn't push. He simply respected her distance, creating a space that felt safe enough for her to return on her own terms. And she did. What grew between them became the kind of quiet love story that thrives in hidden places. No declarations. No theatrics. Just two young people discovering that sometimes the heart writes its own path long before the world approves of it. When their training ended, reality returned. Cameras. Protocol. Royal expectations. She left for Madrid. He returned to his life outside the palace. They parted with no promises. Just the weight of something unfinished. For months, Leonor hid her feelings even from herself. Her days were filled with duty. But every night, her thoughts returned to him. Not because he was perfect. But because with him, she felt free. It wasn't until an unexpected event forced her to confront her own heart. A high-profile royal dinner. Endless conversations. Diplomats. Heirs. Aristocrats. Every person she met was acceptable. Suitable. Strategically valuable. But none of them felt real. That night, after all the glitter and ceremony, she realized what she truly wanted. Not a future chosen for her. A future she chose. Leonor found a way to contact him again. Secretly. Carefully. With the help of someone inside the palace who believed in love more than protocol. Their reunion wasn't grand. It was simple. Human. He was shocked she reached out. She was terrified he wouldn't respond. He did, and the first words they exchanged weren't dramatic confessions. Just gentle honesty. They met in quiet places. Old cafes, hidden gardens, rare weekends where Leonor slipped briefly out of the world's spotlight. With each meeting, their bond deepened. Tender moments, real conversations, arguments, tears, laughs, a relationship with the intensity of forbidden love and the purity of something meant to be. But every secret has a breaking point. Their relationship was discovered earlier than they expected, not by paparazzi, not by the press, but by someone far more complicated. A member of the royal household who believed that Leonor's future must be protected at all costs. The confrontation was quiet but devastating. Leonor was told the truth. A future queen cannot simply fall in love. She must choose stability, image, tradition. She was advised, strongly, to end it. The palace wasn't cruel, just fearful. Fearful of chaos, fearful of criticism, fearful of choosing love over legacy. Leonor refused. It was the first time in her life she pushed back with full force. Not with anger, with certainty. The tension inside the palace grew. Her parents were conflicted. Her sister supported her. Advisors whispered. Reporters poked around. And Leonor stood firm. The deeper the resistance, the deeper the bond between the two lovers became. Love under pressure. Love under fire. Love that had to survive what most relationships never face. The breaking point came when their relationship leaked online. A single blurry photo. Two silhouettes side by side. No confirmation. No context. But enough to send the world into a frenzy. The internet exploded. Speculation. Mockery. Admiration. Shock. Millions of people arguing about the face they couldn't fully see. A storm of noise so loud, even the palace couldn't silence it. This forced a decision. Leonor stepped forward. Not with a press release. Not with a palace memo. But with a simple message to her parents. This is the man I love. And I will not hide him. The palace faced a dilemma. Resist and look outdated. Or evolve and look human. For the sake of their daughter's happiness, they chose the latter. And that choice led to the day the world never expected. The wedding. Not the spectacle people imagined. Not the grand political event they predicted. But a ceremony filled with emotion, depth, and authenticity. When the doors opened and the world saw her husband's face for the first time, the reaction was instant. Shock, surprise, disbelief, but also admiration. Because what stood before them wasn't a fairy tale prince. He was something rarer. A man who loved Leonor for who she truly was. Throughout the ceremony, small unexpected moments unfolded. Emotional glances, family tension softening, royal tradition bending, just slightly, for the sake of love. Moments that painted a story far more powerful than a perfect royal script. Leonor's vows were steady but filled with emotion. His were simple but deeply sincere. And when they exchanged rings, it felt like the closing of every curiosity loop that had begun years earlier. Every struggle, every fear, every secret. Their kiss wasn't just symbolic. It was liberating, a declaration that love had won, even against centuries of expectations. The internet, which had once mocked and doubted, now echoed with something very different. Awe, respect, and disbelief, not because they looked mismatched, but because their story was so real, so human, that it felt impossible in a royal world built on perfection. And so the world learned a lesson. Sometimes the greatest story isn't the one shaped by tradition. It's the one written by two hearts willing to take the risk that history wouldn't approve. Until now.